This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Woman shot dead near Maxwell Avenue. A woman was fatally shot during an incident in the vicinity of Maxwell Avenue on Tuesday afternoon. She has been identified as 33-year-old Tashana Josephs, who was found with gunshot wounds to the face. No motive has been established for the killing. Investigations are ongoing. The incident took place even as a curfew is ongoing in the area. A 48-hour curfew was imposed at 6 p.m. on Monday in the Whitfield town area. It is slated to end at 6 p.m. on Wednesday after a recent flare-up of violence in the area. 2 men shot in Arnold Gardens Drive. 2 men were this afternoon shot and injured in a drive-by in Arnold Gardens, St. Andrew. The gun attack occurred shortly after midday along West Road in the community. The men have been rushed to the hospital. The police are probing the shooting. Man fatally shot in 19 miles Clarendon. A man was shot dead in 19 miles Clarendon on Tuesday afternoon. He has not yet been identified by the police. The police say he was carrying out repairs to his vehicle along the main road when explosions were heard. He ran and collapsed at a nearby shop. It was later discovered he had been shot. All 3 cops implicated in $100,000 bribery murder saga now granted bail. Bail has now been offered to the 3 cops implicated in the murder of a St. Andrew man in an alleged bribery deal that went sour in July. Corporal Miguel Ebanks was offered bail at $1 million by Parish Judge Leighton Morris on Tuesday, following an application by the man's attorney, Courtney Rowe. Some conditions of the bail include Ebanks reporting 3 times per week at the Almontown Police Station in Kingston. He is also to stay away from the Red Hills area of St. Andrew. The judge agreed with our submission that there was no compelling reason to keep Mr. Ebanks in custody in light of the other 2 men getting bail because that would not properly mitigate against his concerns, Rowe said. Ebanks and his 2 co-accused constables Kemar Dennis and Purcell Carter, who were previously granted bail, are charged for the July 16 shooting murder of St. Andrew Tyler, Philip Wallace. It is reported that about 10:41 a.m., 49-year-old Wallace of a Green Glide close address in St. Andrew was standing in the community when a white Toyota Axio motorcar drove up. 3 men reportedly exited the vehicle and opened fire, killing him. A woman who is said to be the spouse of the deceased was also fired at but managed to escape without injury. The accused cops are alleged to have requested $100,000 from Wallace in return for not prosecuting him following a raid a few days earlier. It was reported that they had arrested Wallace for ganja possession. A sum was reportedly received by the cops, who allegedly demanded more. Wallace subsequently made a report to the Constant Spring Police Station, and an investigation was launched into the allegations. Following investigations, the cops were later arrested and charged. Attorneys at law Lyndon Wellesley and John Jacobs also represents Ebanks. Dennis was represented by Queen's Counsel Peter Champagny, Richard Lynch, and Javid Grant, while Carter was represented by Queen's Counsel Valerie Nita Robertson and Kimberly Whitaker. All 3 cops are scheduled to return to the parish court on October 19. Firearm and ammunition seized in Clarendon. The police in Clarendon have arrested 1 man in relation to the seizure of a firearm and ammunition during an operation on McQueen Street, Lioneltown on Monday. The Lioneltown police reports that about 10:50 p.m., lawmen were on patrol in the area when they signaled the driver of a Toyota Probox motorcar to stop, and he complied. He was searched along with the vehicle, and 1 9mm Browning pistol with a magazine containing 8 9mm rounds of ammunition was found under the driver's seat of the vehicle. He was subsequently taken into custody. His identity is being withheld pending further investigation. MP Warmington says he'll retire at the end of current term. Member of Parliament for St. Catharines South West Everell Warmington has again served a notice of his intention to retire from representational politics. He made a similar announcement at a Jamaica Labour Party meeting in September 2019, but ran for office the following year and was re-elected to the House of Representatives. On Tuesday, he told the House that he will not seek re-election at the end of the current term due to end in 2025. I made it clear that at 70, one should demit and give to young people, train and prepare young people. I am 70 this year and do not want to extend beyond this term, he said, as his colleagues chorused no in disagreement. Warmington has served his constituency since 2002 and is a minister without a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation with responsibility for works. The parliamentarian was recently conferred with the Order of Distinction in the rank of Commander for service in representational politics. I have been involved in elected politics for 53 years, and I have been elected here 7 times. It would not have happened without the support of the people of Southwest St. Catherine, and I must say thanks to them for graciously extending to me that privilege to represent them all this time, he said, adding that honor is more significant as it comes in the year of Jamaica's Diamond Independence celebration. At the JLP 2019 meeting, Warmington said, I won't be around for much longer. After 50 years of serving and 20 years as a member of parliament, it's now time for me to say farewell. I don't want nobody to take me out of parliament in a wheelchair. I don't want to reach a stage where they put pampers on me inside of parliament. I must know when to go and when to allow a new leader and a new young person to come and take over, he added. An often controversial personality, Warmington has featured prominently in the media during his time in politics. He was relieved of junior ministerial duties by then Prime Minister Bruce Golding in 2011, following an outburst in which he told CVM TV anchorwoman Carleen Brown to go to hell during a live interview. But he has won respect for his knowledge of parliamentary procedures and insistence that the rules must be adhered to. Police to clamp down on Noise Abatement Act violators. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson says the Jamaica Constabulary Force will clamp down on businesses, including those in the entertainment sector, that have been breaching the Noise Abatement Act. Anderson says this has become an issue of concern, especially subsequent to the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions. Anderson noted that several businesses are back in full swing, arising from the reopening of the entertainment sector. But he said while the police understand the need to do business, contraventions of the act, including the playing of loud music, will not be tolerated by the authorities. We are of the view that everyone can coexist if the music is maintained at a level that does not create a great disturbance and conforms to the provisions of the act. However, there are instances where the music is played in a loud manner beyond what is acceptable that creates a disturbance to others, and in these instances, the police will be enforcing the law, said Anderson. He was speaking at today's monthly JCF press briefing. Under Section 3, Subsection 1 of the Noise Abatement Act, no person should operate any sound amplification device in public or private at any time of the day or night so that the sound is audible beyond 100 meters from the source of the sound. Section 3, Subsection 2 of the Act stipulates that no person shall operate a loudspeaker later than 11 p.m. at a public meeting or later than midnight at a political meeting held between nomination day and the day next but one before election day, both days inclusive. Meanwhile, Anderson said that the JCF will be rolling out Operation Paradise, which was launched in St. James to promote public order in the town of Montego Bay across other town centers in Jamaica. NWA says a protest action impeding roadworks in St. Thomas. The National Works Agency is reporting that a continuous protest by some of St. Thomas residents is now impacting the effort by contractors to improve road conditions in the parish. Since yesterday, residents have mounted roadblocks in the Leith Hall and Amity Hall communities over the state of the road. The corridor between Morante Bay and the Prospect is currently being rehabilitated as part of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. Communications and Customer Services Manager at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says that while there are some merits in persons being unhappy with aspects of the works, deliberate actions are being taken to significantly improve the situation. He says that some 9 kilometers of road between Maranthe Bay and the Prospect are being rehabilitated. To date, just over 1 kilometer has been paved. Another 1.3 kilometers have been prepared and ready to be paved. However, the continued protest action is preventing the work. Shaw says though the police have been present along the corridor, threats and intimidation have continued to be meted out to the workers on the site. He says the contractor has therefore been forced to halt its plans for further improvement works. He notes that in preparation for the increased activities, additional machinery and labor has been dispatched along the corridor. Shaw says that these additional resources have been left idle since Monday. He is expressing hope that the team will be allowed to continue the effort at improving the condition of the road between Maranthe Bay and the Prospect. He says that the agency intends to have critical milestones accomplished along this stretch by the end of October. These include connecting most of the households to the new water lines and completing paving activities up to Brown's Gully from the direction of Dumfries. In the meantime, Shaw explains that work is slated to be undertaken along the Amity Hall and the Leith Hall roadways as part of Tranche 3 of the highway project. The over 100-kilometer stretch from Harbourview St. Andrew to Port Antonio, Portland has been divided into 3 phases with 2 now underway. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.